review something that may very well change the way you approach your guitar sound. We are going to look at something that has one knob, and no, I'm not talking about myself. First of all, I think it's important to talk about the two different styles of guitar amp plugins you will generally get in the market. The first style is a emulation in digital format of a real tube amp, a valve amp, whatever you want to call it. So they'll spend loads of time trying to get all the various pieces into these plugins in order to copy exactly how the amplifiers and the speakers sound when you are in the room playing them. The second type of amp sim, which has found a lot of consensus lately, is the ready mixed guitar plugin. So these, rather than replicate exactly how you would hear an amp in the room, look more to replicate exactly how you would hear an amp on a record. What you have in the second case is a plugin that seeks to recreate a guitar sound that has already been mixed. So it's not just the amp, it's a mix ready. So it will have gone through the console, it will have gone through various steps in order to finally appear on the record. And that's what they're trying to recreate. The Bogren digital AmpKnob is firmly sitting in the second category. For those that don't know, Jens Bogren is a very well respected and very famous Swedish audio engineer and producer. He worked on a ton of albums, especially on the heavier side. He is what many of us would call an audiophile, so he's incredibly particular about the sound he gets, especially on distorted guitars. I believe the intention behind this plugin is that Jens wanted to give you a sound that has been mixed by a pro engineer like him and is polished and ready to go out the box. These are the sounds that he's used on countless albums, and he wanted you to be able to do the same. As we said before, there are a number of amp sims around that do the same thing. So they're ready mixed. And I've reviewed some of these on the channel. So what actually makes this different? The AmpKnob series specializes in easy to use, ready-made, heavy sounds. All you get is one big gain knob. In this series, there's 3 different amps, all based loosely, I guess, around Eddie Van Halen's 5150. Each of the 3 amps have slightly different variations in sound, slightly different gain structure, so they do work very well as a series. You can buy them individually or as a series. They have a special price for this. They also have a very easy to use 14-day free trial. So let's jump in. Okay guys, here we go. This is it. There is nothing over here on the left. It is just this bit. So let's quickly see what this is all about. So on the left you have the on-off button. Then you have a power button to turn it on and off. Then you have a pedal. So what they've done is they've included an overdrive pedal, which essentially just pushes the amp, maybe adds a little more gain in case you needed more gain with these amps. But regardless, it makes things a lot tighter and is a very cool option to have. Then I guess it's just a question of one knob. There you go, 0 to 10. As simple as anything. This one here you can kind of see has the block letter. It's the 5150 with the block letter. Nice graphics, really cool, nicely worn, looks very good. You have at the bottom in and out, then very handy, nice tuner, it works very well. Then you have the cab section, which I mentioned. So with each of these amps you get one cab, which is a match cab. That's it. They give you no options of microphone, nothing. There's one cab and it's ready mixed, all done. You can turn the cab section off completely and then run it through another cab emulation software, or you can load your custom IR. Then to the right, you have another little section, which is the general settings section. You have your preference, whether you want it mono, stereo. DSP quality, obviously I've got it on high, but if you have a lower powered CPU computer, you might want to put it on normal. It's not a very power hungry plugin, to be honest, so you should be fine. Then really important, because of the vast amounts of gain, the gate settings. So you've got a noise gate. I would advise not to turn it off. Keep it on. It sounds great. It's a really nice noise gate as well. So very cool that they've included this. Then you have license and about info. That is about it. This is the second amp, which is the BDH III. And obviously it's again a 5150 type PV amp. The functions are exactly the same. So you got the gain, very nice looking, and exactly the same controls. Now let's go to the, I guess, most evil amp, if we want to call it that way, simply because it's called the 6606 metal amp. And you're greeted with this very nice graphic here. Again, controls are exactly the same, but all that changes is obviously the aesthetics of it and the sound. I've got to say, the block letter one overall, so the first one I showed you, is my favorites, and I think it has the most usage personally for me. This one, the 6606, to me is a bit too dark, so I tend to prefer the first one, but if you get it as a bundle, they work really well if you want to layer them. So very cool. So at the beginning of the video, that was a quick track I did using all three amps, two of them on the rhythm tracks, pound right and left, and then the final one was on the very quick lead track. So that was in the mix. Let's quickly listen to them outside of the mix and see what kind of different sound you get from each amp. No point in turning that gain knob. Let's just rock out through the whole thing, because you're not going to get this plugin for clean sounds, are you? Let's do it. So I hope you enjoyed that. What are my final thoughts on this? Well, these plugins are really fun. They're very, very usable. I totally agree. These are ready mixed. I wouldn't mess around with them at all. Even touching the gain knob, just go with it. Just put it down the middle and have fun. I think the whole purpose of this is to stop finding excuses, stop messing around with 3 million different cabs, stop messing around with trying to EQ your sound and put the mid, the bass, all that crap. No, don't find any excuses. It's already been done for you. Most people, including myself, we're not audio engineers. We are not good at this. Let's just let someone who is good do it for us. Let's go with the flow. It's really great. I like the aesthetics of the plugin. It's very nice, very simple. It does have all the features you need. So it has a tuner, it has a cab section where you can load your own IRs, or you can turn the one cab that they give you off, so you can use an external cab simulation in there. But a very important feature, which is also to mention, is that it does work as a standalone application. And a very, very cool thing in there is that it does give you also the ability to record a quick guitar idea in there without opening your DAW, in case you are afraid that you're going to forget it, or you get the most evil guitar riff and you don't want it to go anywhere. So they thought of everything. It's there as a tool that can shred your face off and be super intuitive and work very well in a guitar mix. Talking about the tones, as you probably heard, it doesn't do clean. It's not supposed to do clean. It goes from dirty to dirtier to incredibly dirty. So it's there to chug and chug only. It's very affordable as a whole, so it's really cool to just have it in your arsenal. I like the fact that they thought, again, out of the box, trying to do something different, trying also to help the recording guitarist, because Jens is a guy that has so much experience, and he knows that when you're in the flow, when you want to record something real quick, if you get that inspiration, if you get that moment, you want to record with it. You don't want to mess around with it either before, after, during. You just want to get on with it. And this is perfect for that. I had lots of fun playing with this. And even though maybe it's not my favorite amp ever because it has a bit too much gain on tap, I still love it, and I love having this in my arsenal so I can just use it when I want to destroy. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. As usual, guys, check out my other reviews. They are made for you. And let me know if you want to see something specific on this channel, if you want me to go out, reach out to companies, or buy it myself and review the products that you actually want to buy. So, as usual, have fun, be good to each other, rock and roll, and peace.